Hi, everybody. Jason Eastley with Politicus USA on the Daily right here. Uh, does Donald Trump even know what's going on? Does he even have any idea what's going on? Does he have any clue what is happening? Or is he just living in his own fantasy world where he thinks he's fighting crime like Batman and his bill is the most successful thing in history? Well, today, Donald Trump had a cabinet meeting that, frankly, for propaganda's sake, would probably make Kim Jong-un blush. And this is what he had to say about the bill that cut taxes for the wealthy.
I also proudly signed the largest working class tax cuts in American history.
No, absolutely not. This tax cut is not a working class tax cut. You know, if you're a working class person, you will get, I see, a net change of about 0.08 to 1%, according to the Tax Policy Center. If you are someone making over $700,000 a year, you're going to get $13,600 a year back.
So the bill that I'm not going to use the term great, big, beautiful. That was good for getting it approved, but
He's not going to use that term because it's politically unpopular and a total loser.
It's not good for explaining to people what it's all about.
He's
It's
not explaining to people.
Massive tax cut for the middle class.
It's not a massive tax cut for the middle class. It's a massive tax cut for rich people. 63% of the money from the bill, the tax relief, is going to the top 1%. It is for the rich.
It's a massive tax cut for jobs. And
nope, tax cuts, it has been proven over and over again for a study going back 50 years. Tax cuts do not create jobs. You know what tax cuts do, folks? Companies that get a big tax cut tend to use that. They tend to hold that cash, or they tend to buy back their own stock. They don't use that for job. They don't use that as much for job creation. We saw this the last time we went through this when Paul Ryan was Speaker of the House, and we did this with the Bush tax cuts and the mythical job creators. We had to cut taxes for job creators back then was the Republican line, because the job creators would take that money and it would trickle down and give everyone else jobs. It didn't work. It didn't happen. And this tax cut does even less.
And think of it, no tax on tips.
Nope,
no
lie.
Tax on social.
Lie. Tips are still taxed. If anybody works for tips, count on your tips being taxed. You are going to have to pay taxes on your tips. If you are in certain industries or you make above a certain amount of money, you will get a tax deduction, possibly for a percentage of your tips. But it is very, very, very different from no taxes on tips.
Social Security. So seniors, I don't know how you can vote for anybody else.
Trump just said there are no taxes on Social Security. That is a complete and total lie. Social Security is still taxed. In fact, if you make over $34,000 a year, you will still pay taxes. What this bill did was offer a potential, possible, if you qualify, $6,000 temporary deduction. Temporary. Social Security is still taxed. But this is the biggest lie about Social Security.
And just think of that, and no tax on overtime.
Overtime is still taxed. Overtime is still taxed. That is a complete lie.
So you work overtime, you don't have to pay tax on overtime.
Oh, you're going to pay taxes on overtime if you work overtime.
That's good. The Democrats don't know what they're going to do.
Because the Democrats have been given such a gift, they don't know what to do. They can't stop reveling in their joy over what a disaster Republicans just handed them to run against them with.
So they have like this soundbite. They have all these sound bites. They send it out. I don't know. Some guy sends out a word, and everybody uses it, including the fake news. Some of
that
here, right?
That has never been described to the Democratic Party. Like the Democratic Party, somebody sends out a word, everybody adopts it. Democrats are notorious for never being able to adopt the same messaging together. It's Republicans who, whatever Trump says, becomes gospel.
It's death. They use the word death. No, it's actually life. It's almost like a newborn life.
It's a newborn life for a very rich person like Donald Trump or Elon Musk. For everybody else who's going to be losing their health care, seeing their premiums skyrocket, losing their Medicaid, and potentially even losing their jobs, it's death.
It's not death. That's their soundbite. The bill is death. It's not. We strengthen Social Security.
Oh, they didn't strengthen Social Security. Let's talk about this. Instead of strengthening Social Security, they actually caused it to go insolvent a year sooner. Now it's going to be 2032 instead of 2033. Oh, so right in the middle of the presidential election in 2032, Social Security is going to go and become insolvent, which means that the first step that will have to be taken if Social Security reaches insolvency, benefits will be cut by $500 a month to seniors, and it will push an estimated 3.8 million seniors into poverty.
We strengthen Medicare, Medicaid. The job we've
They didn't strengthen Medicare, Medicaid. They gutted Medicaid. And they're coming after Medicare next, and they put limits on Medicare, which is going to weaken that program, which is going to weaken
done
that
on
program as
Social
well.
Security is if the Democrats got in, Social Security is over.
If the Democrats got in, Social Security is over. Look at Trump trying to scare the elderly about Social Security because he's that worried about the midterm election. The truth is, the only way Social Security is going to be saved is if the Democrats regain power. Down is up. Reality is the opposite of everything that Donald Trump is saying.
Because the country's going to fail. There won't be any Social Security.
The country is on the brink, some would say, potentially of failure because of Trump's economic policy of presidency. The country would be saved by different leadership.
And I made that pledge to you. We're going to take care of Social Security, Medicare.
Oh, they took care of Social Security, all right. They made it less solvent, and they made it possible so people could potentially see a big reduction in benefits even sooner. So what do we have here? We have Donald Trump, who, if you're the generous explanation is, he's an 80-year-old man who now believes what he wants to believe as fact. Donald Trump believes that tariffs aren't taxes and foreign countries pay tariffs. Donald Trump probably does believe, because he's never read the bill, that the reconciliation bill actually does the things he says it does. It doesn't. This is all a lie. This is how Republicans are going to try to package this for the midterm. Nobody believes it. Nobody should believe it. When have Republicans ever been generous enough to help the social safety net at any time since Ronald Reagan in the 80s and the bipartisan act to save Social Security? It's been almost 50 years, and these guys have been trying to cut the safety net every way they can almost every year. Okay, so that's where we are right now. Donald Trump is lying to you about Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and who the tax cuts target. This is a tax cut for rich people that's going to hurt everyone else. Always remember that. Republicans are going to try to run a billion ads trying to spin it. The truth is, this is a disaster, and I'm really starting to wonder if Trump even knows what's going on. I'm Jason Easley. I write for Politicus USA and The Daily, both available on Substack. Please subscribe, and we'll see you soon with the next video.